I see what they did with the song
See?
there. Hey,
Elvis Costello.
Kev, if this book could talk, man, 500 years old?
But could you imagine bringing a 500-year-old book back? I mean, the overdue fine, sir. Sir.
It is the Yoda of books.
All right. Now, this is absolutely... I've never been in the Rare Book Library. I can't believe I haven't.
Neither have I.
So before we talk about this latest acquisition, which is the 15 millionth Rare book, let's go visit this very unique library. It's like a cathedral in here where the written word is worshipped. Climate controlled, even special lights helping preserve these treasures. Treasures like this. So now what is this we're going to see?
I'm going to show you the first folio, what's called the first folio, which is the first printing of Shakespeare.
This was printed when?
In 1623. This is the first printing of Shakespeare. So the collected works are put together in 1623. And if we didn't have the first folio, we wouldn't know 18 of them. So plays like Macbeth, for example, we only know because they show it up here.
Over here, one of the largest and finest collections in the world of everything Alice in Wonderland, including first editions dating back to its very first printing in 1865. Now, this notorious book is from the late 15th century, so valuable it had to be locked in place with this chain. The book, a rule book of the Gospels from Thomas Torquemada, the great inquisitor of the Spanish Inquisition. But PJ's favorite? A Bible more than 1,000 years old that shows cooperation between Islam and Christianity.
And
you can see where the bookworms have done their thing.
Absolutely. And it's in remarkable shape. So if you open it, so here, for example, you have the beginning of the Gospel of Luke. But if you look at the decoration at the top, that's nothing other than a Turkish carpet. There's nothing Christian about that. So in style, it's very, very Islamic.
That is so cool. Incredible piece of history in your hands.
And you could touch it. You could feel it. That was vellum, by the way. It's animal skin.
Okay. So
other books were written on linen. Now,
anyone's allowed in there?
Anyone's allowed in there. It's open to the public. Now, a lot of people are saying, why aren't you using gloves? They have found with antique books, and this is booksellers and book aficionados everywhere, they found that gloves actually people to fumble with them
damages,
and they can damage the books. Plus, the whole idea of a book is to feel it and touch it.
Yes.
So they're asking people just make sure your hands are nice and clean before you do it.
It looks like the inside of like a Lara Croft Tomb Raider film, really, doesn't it?
I promised you we'd look at this brand new old book, and you're going to get your first look in just a moment. But first, sit back. A 30-second quick history primer for you on this, all right? All right, so books were always rare and valuable because they had to be handwritten. That was until Gutenberg invented the mechanical printing press in 1439. Now, 42 years later, important name here, William Caxton, who brought the printing press to England, publishes a book of thoughts from Cicero, a Roman politician from 63 BC. And that 537-year-old book from that printing press is now here at the University of Toronto.
How much is that worth?
This is the first time any classical author has ever been translated into English. So Cicero, in this case, translated in English. It's also important, obviously, from our point of view, because this is now the oldest English book in Canada, printed in 1481.
Along with a 500-year-old book comes something unexpected, 500-year-old vandalism, a doodle.
Now, we hope someone someday is going to be able to look at this and tell us what this doodle is. Is it just a kid got his hands on his dad's book?
All right, so my glasses on for this. And now to try reading some Old English. My sovereign friend?
Yeah.
Atticus
yeah.
hath be it that I know certainly that thou art. It's like you're teaching me to read all over again.
Oh, man, Kev, that is so
my-
cool.
Just
Shame
wa-
on me for not even knowing that exists.
That's
What
amazing.
A jewel.
That book, now, congratulations, because it took a lot of work to get that here. Quite the collection. So if you ever
Yeah.
have a chance, duck into the library. It's right at St. George and Harvard.
I
Duck
want,
into the Rare Book
I want
Library.
tea, I want like whole grain toast and jam, and I want to put my feet up and say, no? Okay.
I
and
can trust you with
make
toast and
friends with
jam and
those
tea
books.
around these books. We'll be right back, 7:28 on BT.
No, not so much.